completely out of step with history and out of step with where most of the American people are. He does not fundamentally believe that the private sector creates jobs. And I'll give you 3 examples of where he stands from his press conferences this week. In neither press conference did he at any time say the words private sector. He believes his solution is we're going to have more government growth, we're going to have the government hire people. Secondly, at one point in the second press conference, or the first press conference, he said that really he doesn't think that he ought to be able to keep more than he needs from the government. Now, this notion that the government somehow decides what the American people need and ought to be able to keep is not any kind of a recipe for economic health. It certainly isn't capitalism. And finally, the president, at the end of this press conference, said he wants to increase taxes and get through this initial crisis so that he can spend more on infrastructure. You know, this is an insatiable appetite for spending that is driving the country off of the cliff. It's completely irresponsible.
I think that is just so fundamentally wrong on the facts. President Obama has proposed taking the domestic government down to the size that it was in the Eisenhower administration. That's in his budget. We have taxes now lower than they have ever been since 1950 and have had for the last 3 years.
We're in a recession.
We're in a recession, but the Bush tax cuts have contributed substantially to that. Particularly for the high end. What are the Republicans proposing? Go even further than that. Now we're in a hostage-taking situation on the debt limit that will be catastrophic if we actually do go over that August 2nd deadline. I actually think this is the craziest hostage-taking that we've seen since Al Pacino and John Cazale were in Dog Day Afternoon. They don't.
Very good reference. Well, that's our second movie reference.
Well, we like movies around here, right? Right, Chris? But I mean, I think that they have got to come to grips with the fact that it would be catastrophic, as Ronald Reagan has said in 1983, as S&P, as Moody's has said, as Ben Bernanke has said, if we don't raise the debt limit by August 2nd,